his veins is whiskey and wine. Hey, hey. And for my good old buddy, I spend my last dime. Hey, hey. Now wine is good to me. You help me pass the time. And my good old buddy, whiskey keep me warm in the sunshine. Hey, hey. Your mama may have blessed the child that's got his own. Hey, hey. If God has plans for me, I hope it ain't written in stone. Hey, hey.
Welcome to KEXU 96.1 FM. I'm the Black Cripple.
We are the poverty scholars. That houseless mama, that houseless daughter. All the people you don't want to see, never want to be, look away from. What you gonna do, arrest me? We're in your city. Yeah, we're the poverty scholars. We're here on Poor People's Revolutionary Radio, right?
Yeah.
KEXU 96.1 FM LP.
You know.
For everybody listening, we real close to going on that analog dial. For anybody in the Bay Area, that means the reach would be East Oakland to West Oakland to Berkeley. Yeah, and even maybe a little bit of Frisco. So all the stolen streets of Lishan Ohlone land, shout out to Karina Gold, to all the Lishan people still here 525 years after colonization. That said, Poor Magazine is in fact Poe, and that's why it's taking us so long to get our analog dial up, people. Please kick us a little bit of donation for change, donation for liberation. Yeah, Leroy, what's going on?
So today we have an interview from San Diego, because San Diego's been going through it a lot with police brutality. So we're going to interview Aaron, and he's from United Against Police Terror from San Diego. And we're going to give you some history. Last year, the San Diego police shot down an African from Africa, and he had a mental health disability. So they shot him down instantly. He was crossing the street. So that's one case. Another case is this activist is now in court. He has a mental health disability. He was stopped by San Diego police. And this is the case that we're going to talk about today with Aaron from San Diego.
So right before we go up to our Crip Hop segment, I'm going to do a short gentrification liberation segment. This week alone, your jailhouse liar outside of jail without a degree received 3 phone calls. It's always 3. I wish it wasn't. One was from a houseless family who was unlawfully evicted under an OMI, that's owner move-in. Again, doesn't matter what the reason, a scam lord decides they no longer want you in their stolen land property, they have to give you a 30 or a 60-day notice. If they give you a 3-day notice to pay rent or quit, you do have the right to challenge that notice if it was a habitability. In other words, if there's something wrong with your unit. Once again, you can always hit up poormag@gmail.com. There's a few of us, liberation lawyers without a degree outside of the system, who will try to help you the best we can. It might take us a minute. But do not just leave just because you get a 3-day notice to pay rent or quit, or even a 30-day notice. You have rights under California rent control, under Oakland rent control just cause law, under San Francisco just cause law, and again, if you're not in one of these counties, you still have California rent control. It does cover if you're in the state of California. Stolen. California. That said, I want to do a shout out to Auntie Frances, who's been fighting to stay in the stolen streets of Huichin, Ohlone Lishan land. We went to court with her. They made a settlement offer, but I'm not at liberty to say all what's about to go down, but the short answer to that is the struggle continues. Our poor peoples, our elders, specifically, and our children suffer what we at Poor Magazine call elder and child abuse under Penal Code 368 when you receive eviction notices, because eviction is elder and child abuse. It destabilizes families and it destroys the spirit and causes financial and spiritual and physical abuse against elders. So again, you have rights. Continue to fight. Don't give up your rights. And for this week's gentrification report, that's tiny. And if you do get a little bit of change, kick it down to Poor Magazine. That's poormagazine.org/REV, as in revolutionary _donor, DONOR. Because Poor Magazine is in fact Poe. This is PNN, not CNN, people. Out.
Yes, so we're back here, and thank you, Tiny, for that report. As we say, the struggle continues. And today we have a friend of mine from San Diego, Aaron. Aaron gonna talk about what police terror project in San Diego is doing. The latest case of a young man with a mental health disability went to court. Also, in the same organization, a friend of mine, Catherine, is writing an article for Poor Magazine about the update of San Diego police and what they're doing and the court cases down there. So read poormagazine.org. It's only on Hip Hop column, and it's once again the article is only by the San Diego United Against Police Terror Project. So we're gonna go to, I hope our caller is there. So we're gonna go to Aaron to talk about what's going on in San Diego and talk about what his work in the community of San Diego. Because we think that San Diego is a place for the rich and for the wealthy, and it's very conservative down there. It's right next to the border, so there's a lot of raids going on there. The San Diego Police Department has been well known of police brutality against poor people, against people with disabilities, against immigrants. So we're going to talk to him and see what's going on.
Hey, what's up? Are you there?
Hey Aaron, what's up? This is Leroy.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you great.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can hear you a little bit.
Okay, can you hear me now? I'm getting closer to the mic. Hello, yeah.
Oh, okay, I can hear you a little bit.
Are you talking to the computer?
Okay, so if you can hear me, tell us, the project of the United Against Police Terror project in San Diego, and tell us about the latest case in San Diego.
Okay, can you repeat that?
Yes. Tell us about your work with the United Against Police Terror and the latest case of police brutality in San Diego.
Yes, I do.
So what's going down there in San Diego around police brutality?
Well, I'm gonna first try to get a little bit more lighting. Hold on just a moment. A little bit more lighting.
Yeah, You guys talk right here. We can hear you fine. Don't
Can you
worry.
see me a little bit better now?
Yeah. We can see you. So I was saying, talk about, police brutality in San Diego in the latest case of the member around United Against Police Terror.
Right. Well, we began, I want to say in 2012, but I joined June of 2016, and we've seen a lot of people racially profiled. I'm black, and it's a little bit it's hard to see other people of color who are being ticketed for no reason, who during traffic stops they're stopped for no reason. Then you have homeless people who are harassed constantly. I'm not disabled myself, but I do have other disabled cop watchers that work with me, and they're also a part of United Against Police Terror. We have had calls, 5150s. We've had calls of a few people who were disabled. On the scanner, we would hear the police say that, it was a disabled man or woman, or they would say 5150. Sometimes they'll specify what disability they have. Sometimes they won't know until they arrive. And we have some of that footage on video. So usually they'll be escorted to the hospital, or they'll detain them and then release them.
Okay, and I heard from Catherine that there's the latest case that's going to court around a person that works with you and that ran into San Diego police, and he has a mental health disability. Do you know anything about that case?
Okay, yeah, I can tell you all about that. So with that, it's Edward Foreman, and he's a cop watcher with us. He is black and disabled, and he can speak to you more about his disability. But I do know that he was racially profiled himself on June 1st, and it was a hair-raising event because he could have been possibly seriously injured or killed. The officers aggressively detained him. He was alone at the time, and he was responding simply to a call that I guess he arrived at the residence before the police did. So he was across the street from the police station, and he was trying to see if the police were on their way, like coming. And I believe it took 15 to 20 minutes. They mistook Edward standing there for him looking and trying to peer into the department, but he wasn't at all. And he was just standing there, and they started questioning him. It's all on video on YouTube. And they've been, from what I understand, harassing him since he's been cop watching. So that was the day that they saw him alone and vulnerable. And we went to court to fight that in Kearny Mesa, and he doesn't have any charges. They didn't charge him. So thank God. We released a video updating everyone that the case was now closed.
Oh, good. So the case is now closed, huh?
The case is not closed, but if you want more information, you can always go to our website, uaptsd.org, or you can go to our Facebook, United Against Police Terror San Diego. And we've been documenting everything from June to this February. So all the information is there on, the fact that he has he has his rights, and the police that day violated it. There were several police officers there that day, and they tried to also detain his wife, but luckily they didn't. I was watching live stream that day, and I was able to intervene and get a hold of Catherine and the other founder of the org, Aaron, to let them be aware that we had Black disabled cop watchers who were out there being assaulted by these cops. So I had to inform everyone I knew, and I got someone down there to help them out. And people were definitely cop watching. They were making sure that this couple was not brutalized. So thank goodness I was able to see the live stream. Thank goodness Pat and Aaron were able to respond, and other people.
Okay, thanks for your work, and please stay in contact. I know Catherine is going to write an article for Poor Magazine. And one more time, give the website address for everybody.
Okay, it's uaptsd.org, and then we have our Facebook, which is United Against Police Terror San Diego, and we also have a fundraiser that's happening with Shekinah Ortega, who is she's right now trying to raise money for Victor Ortega. He was also killed by police, and it was really hard for her. I've never met her, but I did listen to her story, and sometimes we do talk. I've been sharing the link so that we can get the word out there. I can share with you the fundraiser really quick if you'd like it.
No, that's okay. We can do part 2, later on. But thank you for being on KEXU, and we'll do part 2 hopefully in the coming weeks, okay?
Okay, yes, I will be staying in contact. Thank you for all your work. I'll follow you with Crip Hop, and I appreciate the interview. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Hey, so that was...
Take care.
So that was the news on KEXU 96.1 FM. I'm the Black Cripple, and we had a live interview from San Diego. So stay tuned for the Crip Hop news show coming up next.
All right, thank you.
Okay, bye.